Alright, so today we're going to kind of go through some history of wrestling. This is kind of a new thing that I'm going to be doing. So the very first wrestling game that was produced out there is called Micro League Wrestling. It came out in 1987. It came out for Amigo and the Commodore 64, as well as the Atari ST. I could not find it, unfortunately. It was a very hard game to find. It was a little bit of a different game as well because it was turn-based. So instead of having your normal push buttons and stuff like that, you picked your moves and kind of showed some videos of it, of like you doing the moves and stuff like that. So it was a little bit of a weird game, but not too bad. So, but we're gonna start with the second game that was put out there. Sorry about that. Which would be this game here, which is the WWF, formerly known as the WWF Wrestlemania, and this one was produced by Acclaim. The actual system that it was on was the Nintendo system. It released in January 1989, and then in Europe it released just in 89. Doesn't really give a time. The actual genre of it is obviously wrestling. It's a single player multiplayer for up to 6 players. This game in particular has a bunch of different characters, so 6 different wrestlers. You got Hulk Hogan, Andre the Giant, Macho Man Randy Savage, the $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase, Bam Bam Bigelow, and the Honky Tonk Man. So this is going to be kind of the beginning of a lot of these games. This is kind of where obviously where it starts off. It was published by a company called Rare. It was created by a company called Rare. Sorry. So we're going to go ahead and just get into some random gameplay of this. It's a very, very simple kind of game. We're just going to enter player 1 for our name. Here, I'll just do my initials here. I don't know why there's a L in front of it, but we'll just go with it. LJB. Alright. So growing up, I did watch a lot of wrestling. My dad got me into wrestling. It was probably one of my favorite things that my dad kind of got me into. One of my all-time favorite wrestlers is going to be the Junkyard Dog. Very first wrestler I kind of got into. He used to kind of roll around the floor and act like the Junkyard Dog, and it was pretty cool. And the evolution of this stuff is amazing as well. If you look at some of the newer stuff. So here you go. You have Honky Tonk Man. You have Randy Macho Man Savage. Ooh yeah! You've got Andre the Giant. You've got Hulk Hogan. You've got the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, who I've actually met. He's a very nice guy. Bam Bam Bigelow, and the Honky Tonk Man again. So we're gonna go ahead and pick Macho Man, because Macho Man used to be one of my favorites. Just his charisma and stuff like that was amazing, and just his ability to be a heel was amazing. And we're gonna go ahead and we'll take on Andre the Giant. That was, classic match between these two, where Hulk Hogan kind of interfered and helped the Macho Man win. You can see just the look of it. I'm not sure what just went across the screen. I feel like that was like a hand or a ham or something. Downside to these games is they're very, very difficult to figure out. As you can see here, I am totally getting beat up by Andre the Giant. Not just because he's a giant, but because I have no idea what I'm doing here. Definitely an interesting game, to say the least. I mean, and you can see kind of also as your guy moves around, and this kind of happened with the original system too, as your guy moves around in different areas of the thing, and his energy goes down, he'll start to change a different color. Not really sure why they did that. It was just kind of a thing they did, but definitely interesting. You really only had a couple moves you could do. And I lost. Wow, that was fun. Very difficult to play. Not as great as you would think it is. But overall, it's it's a classic game. It's something that a lot of people have probably played, and a lot of people, you know, really like just how amazing like the evolution of these games have become and where they've come through. The company that created this game, I believe they spanned with the WWE or WWF for, I believe it was about 10 years that they did these all these different games for them and different merch and stuff like that, and it was definitely a partnership that was great. A lot of good stuff came out of it. A lot of weird stuff came out of it as well. But you know, it was a good relationship for the WWE to get into to really help them kind of get what they needed out of it, and you know, be able to do the games and stuff like that, and you know, the merch, the character, the different things that they did for the WWE. So I'm not going to play this game too much longer. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to kind of stop this video. I'm going to go and pull up another, I'm going to get another WWE game together, and we'll kind of play that one. It's going to be a little bit of a newer game, just because I kind of want you to see some of the evolution of some of these games and kind of how cool they were and different they were. These controls are weird. Yeah, so give me just a second to kind of get stuff prepared, and then I will go ahead and be back